Hi, Chris from Motolegends, here today to talk to you about a kind of single layer cotton canvas off-roady style pant from our friends at Klim. So this is the Outrider Pant from Klim, or sometimes, as the Americans like to be known, Klim. When I first saw these pants at an international distributor meeting in Austria a couple of years ago, I didn't quite get them. I thought that they were trousers from their casual collection. They have a great range of casual gear with fleeces and so on, and I assumed that this was part of that range. It's actually not. It's a very technical, I say very technical, but a reasonably technical trouser. It's certainly a proper motorcycle trouser. It is made from a nylon and Cordura construction, so Cordura is a fairly strong fabric. It's a single layer jean, so there's no Kevlar lining, so they're going to be nice and airy in hot weather. If you're working hard in these, they're going to breathe very well. But what surprised me was that these have got an Aaa rating under the latest EN 17092 regulations. Now, an Aaa rating in our book means that they have a slide time over 2 seconds, which for a pant like this is pretty good. That's the same as something like the Spidey J Trackers, which we're very happy recommending for the road. Not what you'd call a high-speed pant. I wouldn't want to come off on the motorway at 90 miles an hour in these, but they are what we'd call a 50, 60 mile an hour pant. And of course, these are intended largely for off-road riding, so the ultimate in abrasion resistance is not what these are about. But what you also have to bear in mind is that Aaa is the same classification as you would get from even the best textile trousers from a company like Helvarsen, Spidey, Furigan, Risha, and so on. So the only garments that are rated higher than Aaa are jeans and leather. So as a pant, this is far more protective than it looks. You put them on, they just feel like a workwear pant, but actually it's a properly protective piece. The other part of protection clearly is armour. We've discussed the abrasion resistance and the strength of the fabric, but these pants come with knee and hip armour. When you are classified AA under the new regulations, you have to legally supply knee and hip. They come with D3O, which is always nice. This is the D3O with Velcro. It goes into this pocket here. There's a long Velcro strip here, so it's very adjustable. They've got what they call a drain hole down here. But in fact, what I find is that this drain hole is very convenient because it means that you can adjust the armour from the bottom and the top. Obviously, these trousers aren't waterproof, so why there's a drain hole or why they call it a drain hole, I don't really know. In terms of the style, it's a classic 5-pocket, 2 pockets here, 2 pockets on the rear, 1 with a button on. The 5th pocket is here on the side. Now, Klim come from Idaho, where whenever they go out riding in the mountains, they're always worried about coming across a crocodile or a bear or something that they've got to wrestle and kill. So I'm supposing that that's what this pocket is for. You can put a great big knife in there. The material itself, it feels very canvasy. It does remind me, I've mentioned the word workwear pants, but this reminds me of the kind of trousers that you get from people like Carhartt or Dickies in America. And even though these pockets are armour pockets, you often get those kind of pockets on those workwear pants. So that's very much the style. It fits quite widely. Now, you can't tell that here on our dummy. This is a 30-inch dummy, I think it is. Trousers always look very narrow on this, but as we go up in sizes, the leg goes up, obviously, in proportion. There's pretty much no boot you can't get underneath here. I suppose one of those really heavy-duty, thick plastic off-road boots might be a challenge, but if you've got an adventure boot, something like the Baja or Drifter from TCX with all the clips, you won't have any problems getting those underneath here. And of course it's baggy because this is a trouser that you're meant to wear adventure riding. It is an off-road trouser as well as an on-road trouser. When you're riding off-road, you need movement, you need freedom, so that's why it's quite relaxed in its fit. Comes in 3 colours. Comes in black, it comes in a kind of sandy khaki colour and a mid-brown colour. Comes in waist sizes from 30-inch all the way up to 42-inch. It does not have different leg lengths. So one of the good things is, because there's no zips here, we can shorten these. So if you come into the shop and they're too long, we can easily shorten them. When you come to the shop, we do that at our cost. But if you order them mail order, it would be easy for anyone to do. If you want a longer leg, then they don't come in a longer leg in the UK, but we have ordered some in. But one point I would make about these pants is that because you're normally wearing them with a tall boot, we don't mind them being quite short. So we want a trouser length to be long enough to stop any rain or the cold coming up and coming up the leg. But if you're wearing a tall boot up here, then we don't mind the trouser leg finishing here. It doesn't always have to finish at the ankle. So we find that the standard leg works on most people, might not work on everyone, but we've not had many problems with the length, and as I've said, we can alter them if we need to. The pant costs £180, which we think is a pretty terrific price. You could wear these as a jean, you take the armour out, they're going to feel as light as any jean or chino around, reasonably strong, looks good, nothing really to complain about. So that was the Outrider Pant from Klim. If you'd like to see more Klim gear, visit the website motolegends.com. We don't have the widest selection of Klim, but we've got most of their road-going gear and some of their off-road bits as well. If you particularly like the Off-Roader Pant, you can click on the button top right. That will take you directly to the relevant page on our website. We can check out the details, check out the sizes, and if you are so minded, you can obviously buy a pair. Now, when you buy from Motolegends, we try to make the process as simple, easy, straightforward and reassuring as we possibly can. Nothing that you buy from the website, no item of protective wear has any P&P charge. Similarly, if when you receive something you decide that you don't like it, it doesn't fit, it's not what you thought it was, whatever your reason, you can return it, again at our cost. And we give you a full 12 months to make that decision. We're not suggesting obviously that you should go off, ride around in these pants for 6 months, 9 months, then bring them back and say, actually I've changed my mind, I don't like them. We're merely trying to take the pressure off, there's no rush to get anything back to us. When you buy from Motolegends, you also have what we think is an unbeatable price match. Now, John Lewis is rightly famous for its never knowingly undersold. They will match anyone else's price. We go one better than that. We will beat other people's discounted prices. So for example, if we are selling a trouser for £200, if you find that same trouser being sold by another retailer in the UK for £180, we will sell that pant to you for £162. So we will always be the cheapest on anything we sell. You can do your homework and find out what the cheapest price is before you buy from us, or you can do it afterwards. You've got up to a fortnight after you buy to effect the price beat guarantee. If you are price matching us against someone in Europe, we will only actually price match it, we won't beat them, but if you find their price plus the P&P, we will match that price. And to tell the truth, if we'll do that against a European supplier, it's a deal that you should take, because if you do find yourself having to return something to Europe because a zip breaks or whatever, you're in for a lot of costs. So we think price matching a European company is not bad going either. There are a few terms and conditions, they're not particularly onerous, but if you want to check them out, visit the website. They're all simply laid out on the website. Now, if you want to receive from us in future email bulletins about new products as they come into the building, then if you go to the top of the front page of the website, there's a piece of script there that says newsletter sign up. Click on there and a couple of seconds later, you'll be signed up, you'll receive all of our email bulletins in future. If, however, you prefer to get your information about new products videographically, we would be simply delighted if you wanted to sign up to our YouTube channel, and you can do that on the button down below. Finally, I'd like to make a bit of a play for our shop here in Guildford. We have a very funky little shop. We're based on the edges of Guildford in Surrey. But whilst the shop is small in terms of its footprint, it's attached to our warehouse, which is 3 floors, more than £2 million worth of merchandise. It makes this technically the second largest shop in the UK. So if you come and see us, you stand a better chance of finding the item you want, in the size you want, in the colour you want here than you will do almost anywhere else in the country. Anyway, this has been Chris at Motolegends. Hope to talk to you again soon.